أنه بعد قرابة عام من وعود الرئيس أوباما لمصر بمليون دولار إعفاءات من الديون ومليون دولار أخرى من ضمانات القروض، هل هذا يعني أنها أخيرا ستدخل إلى حيز التنفيذ؟ متى وكيف؟
As I said, we've finally managed to obtain the legislative authority to do that from the U.S. Congress, and so we'll be engaging with our Egyptian partners to sort out the details for implementing that. We're also, at the same time, going to be encouraging investment by American companies in Egypt, encouraging the recovery of Egyptian tourism industry, encouraging the expansion of a program which already exists for duty-free access to the U.S. market for certain Egyptian goods. So there's a whole range of things we can do, and we're also going to work with the international financial institutions as well as other donors in this region and outside it, and stress to them the urgency of Egypt's economic recovery and the importance of contributing in a systematic way now to an Egyptian-led recovery.
سيد بيرنز، هل تمكنتم في لقاءاتكم مع المسؤولين المصريين من عبور هذا التوتر في العلاقات المصرية الأمريكية مؤخرا، والذي نتج من ما أنتم وصفتوه بمداهمة جمعيات حقوق الإنسان ووصفته الحكومة المصرية بأنه مجرد تحقيق قانوني؟ هل تمكنتم من عبور هذا التوتر في العلاقات؟
Well, we're certainly trying. The recent actions that you described against NGOs, which weren't just American-supported NGOs or American-based NGOs, but also European foundations and Egyptian NGOs, are troubling. We've expressed our concerns directly to Egyptian authorities, and we're very hopeful that we'll be able to reach a quick and fair resolution. More broadly, what I would stress is that when we support NGOs around the world, we are determined to try to support the growth of healthy civil societies, because healthy civil society is an essential ingredient in any healthy democratic system. We don't interfere in the politics of any other country. Political choices in Egypt are the business of Egyptians, not Americans. So we don't support individual political candidates. We don't support individual political parties. What we do is to make available the benefits of America's experience with democracy to those civil society groups who might be interested in taking advantage of them. That's consistent with our practice in many countries around the world, and it's consistent with international standards.
تحاولون، هذا يعني أن الأمور لم تنتهي بعد، وأن عبور المرحلة لم يحدث بعد، لأن لمعلوماتي ما زالت التحقيقات جارية. هناك اتهامات لعدد كبير من هذه الجمعيات بالحصول على تمويل غير مشروع. عدد من أجهزة الكمبيوتر لم ترد بعد للجمعيات الحقوقية. هل قلتم ذلك للحكومة المصرية؟
Certainly did, and as I said, we expressed our concerns, and we're hopeful for a quick and fair resolution, and we'll keep working at this.
بالرغم من عدم وجود تهديد رسمي من الحكومة الأمريكية بوقف أو تخفيض المعونة الأمريكية لمصر وبالذات المعونة العسكرية، سمعنا أصوات مؤخرا من الكونغرس الأمريكي تطالب بوقف المعونة، خاصة بعد ما حدث للجمعيات الحقوقية. كيف تعلقون على ذلك؟
Well, first I'd say it's natural for the U.S. Congress to monitor the way in which assistance programs operate around the world. The U.S. administration is accountable to Congress for how those monies are spent. So there's a process of scrutiny that goes on, which is natural in our system.
أهلا بكم. هذا لقاء قصير مع نائب وزيرة الخارجية الأمريكية ويليام بيرنز الذي يزور مصر حاليا، يلتقى بعدد من المسؤولين المصريين ويلتقي أيضا بعدد من الأحزاب السياسية وفي مقدمتها الحرية والعدالة. سيد بيرنز، أهلا بك في القاهرة وأهلا بك على شاشة CBC. أولا، ما هو هدف هذه الزيارة وأنتم تلتقون بعدد من المسؤولين المصريين؟ المتحدثة باسم الخارجية الأمريكية قالت أن الهدف هو مساعدة مصر سياسيا واقتصاديا في هذه المرحلة الانتقالية. ما هو شكل هذه المساعدة التي تقدمونها للحكومة المصرية؟
Well, first, I'm delighted to be back in Egypt, which I've been fortunate to visit many times over the years. This is obviously a very important moment for Egypt as it seeks a successful democratic transition as well as tries to make an important economic recovery. It's an important moment for the U.S.-Egyptian partnership as we seek to do everything that we can to support that important transition and that important economic recovery. The success of Egypt's transition matters enormously, not just to the United States and not just to Egypt, but to the entire region, because Egypt's leadership remains a crucial factor in stability across this region, and certainly the United States has no more important partner across this region than Egypt. And so I look forward very much during the course of my conversations here to talking through ways in which we can act and help support this transition and the economic recovery.
هل في لقاءاتكم مع الحكومة المصرية قيادات المجلس العسكري المشير طنطاوي هل طلبتكم الحكومة المصرية أو المسؤولين المصريين بمساعدات محددة اقتصادية أو سياسية؟
Well, certainly in terms of the economy, we're committed to doing everything we can to be helpful. We have a long-standing and very important bilateral assistance relationship, which we look forward to continuing, to building on the progress that we've supported Egyptians in making over the decades in health and education and other areas, but also to deal with the urgent problems that Egypt faces today, particularly job creation. President Obama has proposed a $1 billion cancellation of Egyptian debt, and it's our aim, now that we have legislative authority to pursue that from the U.S. Congress, to try to look at ways in which that $1 billion that's freed up through the debt cancellation can be used to create jobs, especially for Egyptian youth, and also to provide the kind of vocational and technical education that's going to equip Egyptian youth to compete for those kind of jobs and to perform them. We've also proposed loan guarantees and an enterprise fund, which are designed to help small and medium-sized enterprises in Egypt, bearing in mind that Egypt has demonstrated over the last decade an ability to achieve quite impressive economic growth, 7% on average over the last decade. The problem, as Egyptians know better than Americans ever will, is that the benefits of that growth